Welcome to another Powered Cube on Arena. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and I am ready to play another draft. Our last draft did not go fantastic. We finished 1 and 3 with a Mardu deck. Let's see if we can do better. So far I'm seeing Scalding Tarn, Snapcaster Mage. Mind Twist is here, but you kind of need fast mana to go with the Mind Twist to make it worth playing. Ugin is nice, but I really am liking either the Scalding Tarn or the Snapcaster Mage. I'm going to take the Scalding Tarn. This leaves us open for red-based or blue-based decks. Obviously, it fetches for islands and mountains, but it can be good for control or aggro is my point. Oh my, we are really good at pick-twoing Bombardiers. And I don't think there's anything else in this pack that I remotely even care about. As far as a pick 2, I do love this Flame Slash. I would love it on the wheel. But yeah, we're going to take Bombardiers. Really rewarded for taking the Scalding Tarn over a Snapcaster so far, and also a Watery Grave. It would be nice to get that Fiery Confluence back. Okay, here is a Hull Breacher. Goblin Rabblemaster is nice because you can stack the triggers. I'm sorry, this is not like Gut. You can sack the Goblin if they try to block it and then throw it at something. I was thinking of Gut for just a second there. My apologies. I do think that Hull Breacher is the better card. It's not really close. I don't love taking back-to-back 3-drops, but we're gonna take the Hull Breacher. Okay. Not seeing a whole lot here, unfortunately. I don't want to go into a third color. There's no real is-it cards. What is... Oh, Goblin Bombardment. No thanks. We have a better Goblin Bombardment. This is a Goblin that bombards. I don't want to take the Consider here either. This is really strange. This is a really weird spot. Maybe I take the Stomping Ground as it allows Scalding Tarn to tap for green, or get green. I think I like that better than just taking a random Phyrexian Metamorph here. I could also see taking Consider. I don't have to be an aggro deck, obviously. I'm just not that impressed with Consider. I want to take the land. I might regret not taking the Consider later, but we'll see. Okay. There's a Jace the Mind Sculptor, which I don't hate at a pick 4. I'm sorry, pick 5 even, so even better. Golos I'm not really interested in. Tribal Flames, we're potentially 3 colors for that so far. We could be a Jeskai deck and take Flage. I love that you can attack with Bombardiers, cast Flage, and then sack it for 5 and deal 8 to them. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, I think I like that better than Jace. Let's take that. Okay, ooh, there's a Chain Lightning. I love that. And we're not passing much else I care about. I wouldn't mind a Soul Guide Lantern normally, but this is best of 1. So yeah, let's take the Chain Lightning. Ooh, a Kari Zev, a Blood Crypt. What's this? Enters combat to a player, create a blood token. Okay, that seems pretty good. Okay, so we don't really need this fixing specifically. So it's between Kari Zev, which is a recurable sack outlet for Bombardiers, or Evora. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I want to have her highlight that first. So yeah, when it enters and whenever it deals combat damage, it is a 1/1 trampler. Whenever you discard a card, put a +1/+1 counter. I want to go with the recurring. The other one, the Evora can fuel the Flage, but I like the recurring for Bombardiers. Okay, here's some Jeskai lands. Meticulous Archive lets Scalding Tarn hit all of our colors. I would love this Echo, but I'm not gonna pass this tapped Tundra. Echo for Hull Breacher, and there's obviously we're not guaranteed to play the Hull Breacher either. Okay, Mind Twist did wheel. Watery Grave also wheeled. I'm gonna take the Watery Grave, I think. I just don't really care for any of these other cards, and I'd rather take the dual land, you never know. Okay, Seachrome Coast did come around. Oh, Flame Slash came back too, though. Yeah, let's take the Flame Slash. We already have a fetchable blue-white currently, and we're not even guaranteed to play blue at this moment in time. Obviously, if we get a not a fetch, sorry. Obviously, if we got like a Time Twister, I'm more heavily incentivized to play the Hull Breacher. I mean, Hired Claw is just nice on curve. I could take a Dark Lake Shores, but it looks like we're going into aggro is what our seat is suggesting that we take. Do we want a Shadow Spear? We can fling it. Yeah, let's take the Shadow Spear, I suppose. We're going to put the Stomping Ground in the sideboard for now. I don't really care for any of these. Let's just take the Soul Cauldron. Okay, this is kind of like card draw that we can cast. We don't have to play the green. Oh my gosh, all these awesome duels. Okay, we didn't get power. We did open a Tolarian Academy, but we are nowhere near artifacts. I am gonna highlight this Ragavan. I love this Barrogoyf. And we do have a Blood Crypt and a Watery Grave. To finish my thought, we don't have to be green to play this. This is basically a draw two. We have the free Stomping Ground if we want to play the green. Okay, so basically it's, do I want to make my mana base a little bit harder with Watery Grave and Blood Crypt, or do I want to just take the Ragavan? We kind of took a lot of powerful red cards in the first pack. I would like to disincentivize other people from taking it. I love this Reprieve, but I'm really leaning on this Ragavan here. Yeah, let's take the Ragavan. I would love the Reprieve to wheel, but I don't think it will. Okay, here's a Volcanic Island. I love Thoughtseize. I love Deep Cavern Bat. Smuggler's Copter is also great, but you know what aggro decks really need? They really need fast mana. So we're going to take this Chrome Mox. I mean, some of these duels have been wheeling. Maybe we get back a Volcanic Island, which will make it really easy to play this Hull Breacher. There's not too much else. If I took the Barrogoyf, I might take the Thoughtseize, but I still probably end up with the Chrome Mox. Okay. There's an Ocelot Pride, which will make us definitely want to play more white. There's a Giver, which I like, but I don't like it more than Ocelot. I would consider this Solitude. However, the only other white card we have right now is Flage. Very replaceable Shock Effect. Yeah, I do think we're supposed to take this Ocelot Pride here. There's a Stoneforge Mystic, but Batterskull was in pack 1, I believe. So we're not getting that. If we want to play a 5-drop, Elspeth Stormchaser is very strong. Oh, there's a Karakas. Yeah, let's take Karakas. Karakas is very strong with Flage. You could basically just keep flinging it back. You could also protect your Karizev or your Ragavan. Do we have any other legendaries? I don't think so. Yeah, let's take Karakas. Karakas seems like a slam dunk pick here. Another blue-red land. So this is nice if we can collect evidence 6, which is total CMC, exile the permanents in your graveyard, I believe, which is not very high right now. I do like Enduring Innocence. That can be a draw engine for us, but we don't have a lot of white fixing, so if we take this, we'll have to prioritize it moving forward. I'm just not a big fan of the Detective's Phoenix to take it this early. Oh, that's a Fury. Wow, that's a very late Fury. Pick 6. I would love Wooded Foothills, but it doesn't currently get us anything other than Mountain. Yeah, let's take this Fury. This Fury seems obscene right now. Ooh, an Oculus. That's a good payoff for being in blue. It does fight with our flays, but maybe we just cut the flay. We can cut the white and just play Izzet. I kind of like that. Let's take this. This might be our new Flash. Crystal Brand and Emrakul in the same pack. That's amazing. We're gonna take this fetch land. It helps with our Oculus. It could help with Flays, but I doubt we're gonna play both. And either way, it's a dual land. The Bargoyf Wield, that is incredible. The Duress is also here. So the Duress is nice. I'm gonna take the Bargoyf. Maybe, just maybe, we end up in Grixis. But for now, I'm going to put it in the sideboard. Wow, this Volcanic did wheel. Yeah, I love a Deep Cavern Bat, but we seem to be pretty heavy red, and with the Abhorrent, I really want to play this. I really want to play blue. I mean, just lower interaction. I don't really want to play green, except for maybe this Questing Druid that we already have. This is a red-blue land, but we already have Volcanic Island now, so let's just take the small interaction. If we can open up like a Library of Alexandria, having all these 1-drops will be a reward for that. See, fetchable green versus Legion versus Loot. Let's just take the Legion. Oh, another red-blue land. Okay, what is going on? I mean, that's another Volcanic Island, so yes, please. And that's technically a playable. Okay, we did open up a Mox Emerald. That is nice. What is also nice, believe it or not, is the fact that Sacred Foundry and Plateau are in this pack, which means we are very likely to wheel if we care to play the white still. There's also a Tursa. Tursa is very nice with Caracas. We're obviously not going to pass this Emerald. I'm just analyzing to help me remember in case I do think one of these two will wheel, if not both, at this point, based on the amount of red cards going really late. I wouldn't hate this Preordain either. But yeah, let's go ahead and take our Mox Emerald. Ooh, that's a Fable. And an NT and a Lightning Bolt. Wow. A Treasure Cruise is not bad either. This is another incredible pick. So I'm not going to take the Fable because we just have okay, so I mean, this isn't a real 3-drop right now. This really isn't either. This really isn't either. Ah, man, it's between Lightning Bolt and NT. I'm going to take the Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is premium removal for our deck. Maybe one of these two wheels. Okay, so there's a Badlands, and that makes our Bargoyf. I'm just going to say that the free Bargoyf if we want to take this Badlands. Both Scalding and Wooded Foothills gets it. I love Skull Clamp. Dig Through Time is nice, but maybe it or the Treasure Cruise comes around. Plus, like I already said, we're kind of hitting our graveyard already with this Oculus. Yeah, I don't see anything else that really comes out and screams at me. So let's take this Badlands. I don't think we have enough creatures to make the Skull Clamp really worth it. Ooh, a Gut. I was going to say Phantasmal Image is a nice pickup in my opinion, but Gut with 2 Moxen and a 1-drop so far. Two 1-drops. That definitely makes me want to play the Shadow Spear a little bit more as well. Yeah, let's take the Gut. Ooh, a Corey Steelcutter. Yeah, I like the Inquisition too, but at this point we really need threats. We have a ton of 1-drops and 0s to trigger the Corey. Let's take the Corey. Lelia. That is incredible. Another blue-red land. At this point, I'm going to... We might still play white, but it's getting less and less likely. I am going to have to fit these in this deck somehow, after all. I do think we have enough blue sources. We don't need this Thundering Falls, plus maybe it wheels. I mean, the Volcanic Inspire Bluff did. I want to take the Lelia here. Okay, this is a reason to play green. This is pick 7. What is this draft right now? I wouldn't hate a Trinket Mage. It hits for 5 after we go get a Mox. But I think we're definitely going to play that Stomping Ground now. What is this? Oh, okay. I was hoping this was a Taiga. Renin 6, I'm not too interested in at this point. Sunverge is a reason to... Oh, you know what? No, maybe we just play Bloodbraid. Since we're already going to play the green. We have a couple green sources. Let's take the Bloodbraid. I might regret that, but we're going to take it, and we'll see what happens in deck building. Okay, the Sacred Foundry did wheel. Do we want that? Or do I just want to play this Kroxa with our kind of free Black Splash? I'm gonna take the Kroxa. I could regret that. I know the Bob was there too. Oh my gosh, Inti came around. Fantastic. Let's take that. None of these cards interest me, so I'm gonna take the card that we might play. Maybe Adam will appreciate me taking the Bank Buster there. Ooh, Generous Plunder. I actually don't hate that. Kellen, we did get to play with Kellen before. But I think I like the Plunderer better. Okay. We don't have any draw 7s. I'll just take this Jace. Sure, why not? Fire Blast versus Breach. We're not really a Breach deck. Let's take this Fire Blast. And Unholy Heat, last pick. This is remarkable. Okay, so our blue splash... So we're definitely a red deck. Our blue splash is kind of free. Our green splash, not so much, but let's see. So we have... We're not playing this many forests. Let's see, we have 1, 2... If we play a forest... 3, 4 green sources. Because I would play the Stomping Ground. This should be 16 lands if I'm not incorrect. Yeah, 16. But we have a Chrome and a Mox Emerald as well. One of these mountains can very easily be a Blood Crypt. Right now I'm debating if I want to play the Hull Breacher. We don't have a way to make our Hull Breacher good in our own deck, and I think I like our other 3-drops better. However, do I want to play the Abhorrent Oculus? So currently, let's see. So ignoring the Watery Grave right now, we have 1. Oh, we don't need this white source. So we can, okay, yeah, so we can just swap that out real quick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 blue. I mean, that seems like enough. And I do think the Oculus is good enough to splash for. Get the Baragway. Oops, what did I double click in? Was it the Legion, maybe? Maybe it was the Legion. Yeah, I think it was the Legion. Okay. So this is 40 with basically a free Baragoyf. We do have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven black. We don't need to necessarily have double black for this. This is a very interesting deck. The Caracas makes it look like we're five colors, basically. I'm making sure that there isn't, in fact, any white pips or anything. Making sure that that meticulous archive was just there for the Flage, which should be in our... Yes, okay, it is in our yard, or sideboard. Okay, yeah, let's just try it as is. And see where we go. I don't hate this at all. I can see maybe turning the Galvanic Blast into a Legion Extruder. Maybe we do that, actually. Because they're both shocks, but this has upsides of turning one of our MOX in that we may not need into a 3/3. Um, no, I really value the 1 mana interaction. Let's just keep it as is. All right. Round 1, let's see what we got. I'm very excited to see how this goes. I am glad we took that stomping ground. And that is another reason why, if you've been watching me, I do prefer mana. If you have good mana, you can basically play whatever you want. And that Watery Grave and the Blood Crypt were kind of free as well. Okay. This can go get a forest or an island, I believe, turn 1. So that way we can have untapped mana the rest of the... at least until turn 3. We're going to keep this. Commercial District, okay. Getting rid of a Snuff Out. I don't think we have a Surveil land for this to get, so... I think... Oh, this can get Volcanic, though. We don't have to play this until later, too, so let's just play this out. We can't get Watery Grave with this, but we're not going to play our Oculent on... or Oculus on turn 3 anyways, unless we get Brain Freezed or something. Okay, I do want to get... Just checking. Yeah, there is an island in the deck. We have black. Yeah, we can get basically whatever we want. So let's just get the Stomping Ground here. Enters tapped. That is a very nice draw. Let's play the Generous Plunder. It did resolve, but they probably just have a Lightning Bolt effect. Or an Abrade. Okay, same thing. That's fine. It means our Broadside Bombardiers is probably gonna hit. Ooh, okay. Oh, man. Okay, they don't have blue up, which is nice, but do we just run out the Bombardiers as a shock, basically? I guess if they have actual Lightning Bolt, I'd rather them Lightning Bolt this than the Minsk. Okay, hopefully they don't have anything. Being able to fling Fury for 7 is incredible if we get to do it. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, that's not good. We actually had a really good hand. At least they tapped out for it, though, and now we have an Abhorrent Oculus. And a Flame Slash that we don't really care about. Okay. 21 to 21. Our island is still in our deck. Okay, they look to be a flash deck of some kind. That is good to know. I wish I had no way of knowing, of course, but I wish I furied them for 7 at this point. Yeah, let's play the Tarn. Probably get Volcanic. Play the Abhorrent. Get rid of some of these lands. And then let's give up the Flame Slash in order to play Inti. Discard a mountain. We're not able to play the Lightning Bolt, unfortunately. We're not going to hit them. I could hit them with the MOX. Let's hit them with the MOX. I don't think the MOX is going to be very useful here. It was... Ooh, okay. Let's just put the Forest in play. It let us Simian Spirit Guide an Inti, and it let us Flame Slash for half damage on our opponent instead of on a creature. Okay, Demonic Tutor. That's probably for a Flash or a World Spine Worm. Or maybe a Sweeper. Or maybe Spot Removal, and that's why they're going over the 2 red cards. But if they don't kill the Oculus, that makes me happy. Oh, and Oko. If they Demonic Tutor for Oko, I don't like that. Are they just dead? So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're just dead. Oh, they have a Pyrokinesis. They have a Pyrokinesis. They're going to kill the 2/2/2s. Yep. Okay. So we can kill Oko. Maybe we're supposed to kill Oko, and then I can play this hit for 4, because that puts them to 10. Yeah, let's just kill the Oko. We don't want them untapping with this.
It's not fair.
And I'm going to go full control here and just make sure that we can fling this Kroxa at them. What, choose target? Yes. Sorry, if you saw my Pyrokinesis play the other day, I wanted to make sure that that was executed properly. Let's play our second Black Source so we can bring it back. Okay, going to 5. That means that a Bombardier's attack is lethal. Okay. Unfortunate. Let's see here. Let's get rid of the NT. If they have 2 lands left in hand, I believe they're dead. So they have to get rid of a spell here just to stay alive. Which means Flash, World Spine Worm is unlikely. Okay, Sentinel. And we're not... I don't think we're going to attack, but if they have an Animate dead, they have better things. But I still don't see a great reason to attack here. No attacks. Maybe they'll play a... Okay, yeah, they are dead. Awesome. As I say, maybe they'll play a Time Twister, and thankfully, since we ate up a lot of our graveyard, we have nothing but action to get, basically. All right, our 4-color monstrosity did get us a win. We are on the board. Let's see what happens in round 2. This was a very interesting deck. But you know, when you're when you're good at drafting pick 2 bombardiers, definitely makes you want to play these aggressive style decks. One of these days I'll get to draft the Tillerian Academy deck, but not today. Okay, so this is pretty clearly fabled passage for Mountain here into Lelia potentially. And then that gets us all 4 of our colors. Just, man, fantastic mana. Whoever drafted this mana base is probably really good at Magic. Or really lucky. I'll let you be the judge. Ooh. Is a Generous Plunder better than an Inti? Also, if they have removal, I think I'd rather them kill the Generous Plunderer. If they don't kill it, we get to Fury faster. Of course, we can still lay Leah. Oh, their own Inti. That's going to get Chain Lightninged in a heartbeat. Okay, you get 1 Inti trigger. Opponent seems to be on Naya so far. Hopefully they hit a bomb here. I'm going to consider that a bomb. That just gets massive, so I'm glad we're not having to worry about that. Do we want to... Because this... No, sorry, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to click through and then realize, hey, maybe I did want to do that. Yeah, let's just do this. Okay. So we can lay Leah first and see what we get. And then Chain Lightning. Maybe we hit a Lightning Bolt off Lelia. It'd be great if we hit a Mox, of course. And then next turn we can NT. No, okay, that was a reason not to play our land yet. That was our 1 land punish too. Alright. I was thinking leave the treasure up in case we drew something of whatever color, but yeah, the Caracas is gonna be sad to go. They do have to deal with this Lelia, though. They didn't deal with the Generous Plunder. They instead just played an Inti. Ooh, Screaming Nemesis. Okay. We're not going to be able to gain life for the rest of the game, but, I mean, that's going to die on our turn. Ooh, are they going to please play a 1 toughness creature? No, don't kill that. No, 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 no. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Ooh, Flame Slash. Okay, I'm going to attack first. I know that might seem weird because I'm not playing the Inti first, but this can kill the Inti. Yeah, I could block the Lelia and deal 4 to us or Inti. Maybe that's okay. If this hits like a Minsk, though, I'm going to be pretty sad. Let's just see what they want to do here. Okay, so we can Inti and Wrath their board. This seems fine. We go to 13 and can't gain life the rest of the turn. Oh, no, it's 4, so it will die. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that seems fine to me. Now if we draw a land, we can play Fury, which isn't the end of the world. Oh, they're just playing Coalition Relic. I love this. Do they have removal? Ooh, a Corey Steelcutter. It's too bad they don't have a creature in play to trigger this. But maybe we draw one of our, like, a third of our deck, I think, is 1-drops. Okay, Sword of Fire and Ice. Do they have a creature? No. Okay, I think it's pretty safe to say we're going to win this. Let's... Oh, we don't have double black. Do we want to just equip? I guess we can equip post-combat if we don't hit anything. I'm going to discard this Kroxa, I think. The Kroxa or the Flame Slash? Maybe it's the Flame Slash. I want to discard the Kroxa. Would love to hit a Black Source here. A Gut is also nice. Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. They see the writing on the wall. Yeah, that's... I've said this before. Jit is Sword of Fire and Ice. I just don't like those spells. I know they didn't have the creatures. If any of these are a threat, they're still in the game. Or if they're a removal spell, etc. And they're just too much mana to invest. I absolutely love Sword of Fire and Ice. But I think its time is kind of past. But, you know, if you like it, by all means, play it. It's just something that I've learned to kind of stay away from. Well, we are 2-0 going into round 3. So far, we have doubled our win from the last draft. That is good. Good news, we can't double our losses. Unfortunately, 3 is the maxed amount of losses you can have in this format. Playing against the Jace Beleren. Ooh. Okay, we are going first. We can turn 1 as Corey Steelcutter if we want, but I also just like going turn 2 Corey Steelcutter and maybe just playing Chrome Mox. And then next turn, maybe we can play Unholy Heat and Spear. I could regret holding up not holding up Unholy Heat. Let's see if I do. Inquisition's gonna wreck us. They're gonna take the Corey. This is the punish for not playing turn 1 Corey. They're looking at the Unholy Heat and the Kroxa. Surely they don't take the Kroxa. Okay, yeah, they took the Corey Steelcutter. That is correct in my opinion. Well, I guess we're just gonna play the Kroxa. Yeah, that Inquisition absolutely wrecked our hand. That Corey Steelcutter was kind of the whole thing. Okay, they did... Okay, hopefully they're not a reanimate deck. If they are, they are. Okay, definitely leaning to a reanimate deck with Ulamog in the graveyard and blue-black in play. Alright, I don't like this at all. Do not like this at all. Let's just play the Shadow Spear, leave up, removal. I doubt it's going to matter, but maybe they have a Malcolm. Either way, we can always Chrome Mox later if we want. If they do play a Malcolm, I'm just going to Galvanic Blast it. Okay, well, we're probably dead. That's probably for a reanimate. They probably go to 10. And we're probably dead. Funny fact, Shadow Spear can turn off indestructible. But we do not have anywhere near 10 damage. Yep, reanimate, they're going to take 10. We don't have a bounce spell, unfortunately. Thoughtseize, it doesn't really matter. Yep. They're going to take one of our shocks. This can't hit... Yeah, creature or planeswalker. So maybe I'm supposed to just Galvanic Blast them for funsies. Yep, they agree. Now, if we can turn on Unholy Heat, this is 10. Wow, if this was a fetch land, that would have been enough. Okay, let's just pass. Maybe we mill 20 and then hit a fetch land and we can kill their Ulamog if they don't have counter spells. Would absolutely love to hit a fetch land as my 21st card on top right now. That was way too fast for me to look. Okay, we have a Scalding Tarn left in our deck. Lelia and Broadside are gone. That was another way we could win. Theoretically. I guess we'd have to have like a Fury or something in our hand, which we don't currently. Scalding Tarn? Not a Scalding Tarn. Yep, good game. Good game. Alright, round 4. Not too much we could have done about that, but man, a Scalding Tarn or a Wooded Foothills would have been crazy if they didn't have interaction. That would have been a really fun way to kill an Ulamog. Just being able to Chrome Mox, use the blue-black land to make it not indestructible and just kill it. That would have been achievement unlocked for sure. Okay. Turn 1 Claw into Corey or carry Zev. I think I like the carry Zev, assuming our opponent doesn't mess with us again. That way I can go Corey into Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat the following turn, maybe. Hopefully I draw a land, and I can just go Hired Claw into Kari into Corey, Lightning Bolt them. Uh-oh, what are you doing on my upkeep? Recall target them, probably. That's a classic Vintage move. Yep, okay. Our opponent may or may not play Vintage. That, for those of you that may not know, the reason why that's a classic Vintage play is so that it plays around a Force of Negation. Force of Negation only being able to counter non-creature spells, and you can only pitch cast it if it's not your turn. So they go to my turn, therefore it's not their turn, and then I can no longer pitch cast the Force of Negation. Of course, you still have Force of Wills, but a lot of Vintage decks run 1 to 3 Force of Negations, especially post-board. Either way, it's usually common practice to do that play. Another reason why you'd want to do it on upkeep, or at least not on their turn, is if they're not a Reanimator deck, like if you remember, or if you've seen a video I did, they don't want to discard, which is maybe what they're doing right now. Think maybe they don't have a 2-drop, or they'd rather hold up a counterspell. Okay, yes, they did go to discard. It's another reason not to play it on their turn. Okay, let's just play Mountain Karizev, maybe. I'm trying to see if... I am going to play around Wasteland if I can, which I can, so I will. Let's go to combat. See if they want to interact with this Hired Claw. And the reason why I wanted to play the Swamp after all is just in case they have a wheel effect. I'd rather get down multiple colors of mana. And if they want to counter this Karizev, I am okay for it. It is arguably the worst card in my hand. It's currently on the stack, but you know what I mean. I do like that they discarded this 4-drop here because it means that they probably have creatures because this is a creature payoff spell. Every time a creature hits, they get to draw a card, and it does stack. I have come near to decking myself with that card many times. Of course, near to decking and actual decking are two completely different things. It usually just means I've out-card advantaged my opponent by a lot. Alright, let's see if they play to the board. Hopefully they don't counter the Corey Steelcutter. If they had a 2-mana counter or interaction, I think they would have gone for it. Because they didn't do anything on their second turn at all. Okay, a Saga. Saga's not the end of the world. We do have removal for the constructs. Oh, that's fine. You're going to bounce one of my things? Yeah, that is more than fine.
I have a plan.
Ooh, an abhorrent. Okay, let's go ahead and get the blue mana down. And then let's Corey, and then let's Unholy Heat the Teferi. Or, yeah, I think I'd rather Unholy Heat the Teferi than just attack them. I think that's the better line. Yes, take action. We get haste.
Now what?
And then we attack. And honestly, I'm going to kind of hope that they just hold up, make a construct. Oculus currently is nowhere near being cast, unfortunately. We did see an Unearth in the draft that we could have taken, but we don't really have a way to put cards in the yard, so it's not necessarily relevant. It would be nice to unearth, you know, Broadside Bombardiers, Lelia, NT, etc. There's a lot of things we'd love to unearth. I really hope they just leave up, make a construct. Okay, they're going to kill the Corey Steelcutter. I mean, that feels the Abhorrent Oculus. Yeah, let's just pump our token, kill this, and then we'll probably... I guess we will play the Corey Zev. Let's just play this now. And swing. I don't really want to go for face yet. Alright, now they have to either make a construct or let it float. I'm hoping they do not have a Black Lotus in their deck. They do have a recall. It would be criminal for them to have recall and Black Lotus. Oh, did they forget to float mana? They didn't float mana. That's great for us. Lava Spur Boots, probably also great for us. If that is their best remaining in their deck, of course they could have something better in their hand, but if that's the best artifact they have that Saga can get out of their deck, I think I'm okay with that. This is a forest, so this, of course, could be... Let's see, what else do they have? Okay, so I guess they are actually kind of firmly Jeskai, which this basic forest tells me that they also play... Obviously, they also play green, so I guess they are 4 colors at least. The opponent is at 9, which is fantastic for us. Mox Emerald. Okay. So the Mox Emerald, obviously they had, or they drew before they got to use their Urza. They could go up to 5 mana here. Bristly Bill. That is A-okay. Okay, I was about to say, please don't be a fetch land. Because now if they go to equip and waste more of their mana, I can bolt in response. In case they have Spell Pierce, I'm going to wait until my turn. Not to mention the pump. Because they didn't equip. If they have crop rotation, this is not a great play for me. But let's just go for it. We are starting to fill our yard, which is nice. Awesome, that just resolved. Let's attack. Tashana's. They're going to counter the carry Zev. Is this only at sorcery, right? Oh no, lost life. So I can pump if they go to block it. They can't block the carry. Oh no, they can. My apologies. They can because it turns off the menace, which is fine because it just fills our yard. Oh, please, please block the hired claw. If I read the hired, I don't want to hover over it. Okay, if I read the hired claw correctly, it should be able to pump because it triggered. Okay, awesome, which means the carry Zev's back on the menu. And now next turn I can surprise. So they may not think that they're dead on board. Well, I mean, they're not dead on board. This is only 4 damage. But because of Questing Druid, I can pump the token to make it lethal. Is this a Questing Druid or a Questing Beast? Or the other Questing Beast? Oh, Green Sun for 3. Leovold, maybe? No, it can't be Leovold. I haven't seen any black yet. So I doubt it's Leovold. It could be a 6 or a Sentinel. I hope that this means that they don't have just double blue for a counterspell. Oh, Nadu. They're going to get some Nadu triggers. Okay, that's cool. I guess I didn't realize Nadu was in this cube, or wasn't paying attention. And they can re-equip it, I believe, unless they don't know that they can. Because this should have Hex. I'm not going to hover over it because I don't want to give them any hints. Okay. Yeah, haste and ward 1. So they could have equipped again. They know we they had the path. I'm sorry. You guys are probably screaming at me. I didn't realize the path. Let's go to combat and see what they want to do. They're probably going to path the Karizev, I would imagine. Which, that's fine, because now we get green. I'm going to wait and just end of turn the questing. Hopefully they don't have a second creature and they can only activate the Naughty twice. Okay. This is until end of turn. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until your next end step. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. They don't seem to be a counterspell style deck. I think the Tashana is just kind of a trick that they have. Man, they went from dead to kind of stabilized here, unfortunately. I hope that they don't know that they can just keep re-equipping the same equipment. Okay. What is this? Another Green Sun? Or is it going to be a Questing Druid? Another Green Sun. Okay. For Uro. Yeah. And they have double blue and plenty of cards to get back, so I need to do something here. Flame Slash is still on the table. This has been an incredible game. Oh, I think they might be figuring out that they can re-equip. Maybe, maybe not. All right, let's see what we get. I would love a Minxkambu here, assuming that they don't have a counterspell or a mana drain. Ragavan's not that great, but I can put it into I can put it into the Nadu, and then that'll put a card in for the Oculus. Do I have mana to do everything? Let's see, I have 6 mana. No, so I'm 1 shy. Let's dash. And then I can just Oculus. Or if they counterspell this, that's fine too. I don't think I want to Chrome Mox. I don't know what I'd be Chrome Moxing at this point, and I can always pitch this to a Broadside Bombardier, so let's just get the extra damage in now with the Prowess. Because I would assume that they're going to block the Ragavan. And I'm okay with being wrong on that. They are going to get back an Uro, unfortunately. Yep. Alright, let's just put that right in the yard. Please don't have a counterspell here. It looks like they might, and that's very unfortunate. They had actual counterspell. That is too bad. That Oculus would have been a great hit. And unless they hit 4th blue, if they wanted the Uro, they couldn't cast the counterspell on my turn. A Minxkambu, I think... Oh, no, a Minxkambu wouldn't be great. Never mind, because they have a 6/6 in play now. Yeah, that might be over. One of the best ways to answer the Uro at this point is Unholy Heat, and that is currently in our exile. Yep. Yep, this might be another loss, unfortunately. We did our best. Our opponent had to answer. They were dead, and they had Green Sun for Nadu. And then found an Uro with another drawn Green Sun Zenith. I don't think there's anything else I could have done. I could have waited on the Oculus, but I don't think that was correct. I like the way we played this overall. I mean, there's a Flame Slash. I guess we're gonna play the green first so we can get not a token, a counter. But I don't think we're gonna be long for this world, especially if they have another piece of permission. Okay, they don't. We're probably still dead, but let's battle it out. Do they have a flash creature? They do have a flash creature. Interesting. Okay. I mean, the Uro gains them more life than they lose there. I don't know why they would just throw away the whole Breacher. It's definitely a luxury of having the advantage, being able to make plays like that. They love tapping quad green. Ooh, what is this? Another Green Sun Zenith. Okay. And now the actual questing beast. Alrighty, well, I have to block the Uro if they even let me. Otherwise, I am dead. Yep, you get to see a mountain. This does seem like a fun deck. Yep, I have to block the Uro or else I'm dead. Wait, why didn't they attack with the... Oh, no, they did attack with the questing. Okay, it looked like it wasn't attacking, at least to me. Maybe I just didn't notice this orange piece. So that should be 8. Yeah, because Uro doesn't have trample. There's a Bombardiers. Well, let's just play the Bombardiers, attack, and then we'll concede. After sacking the Chrome MOX. I just want to kill their creature out of pity. Alright, it's really not that serious. I was just trying to have some fun. Alright, awesome. And then now I'm going to replay it, because why not? Alright, good game. Well, 2-2, not fantastic. And it hasn't been for not being able to cast our spells. Our opponent's just kind of been outdrawing us, I guess. The Kroxa, making our opponent discard the Ulamog wasn't fantastic. Okay. This is a turn 1 Inti into turn 2 Gut. We just have to pitch the Kroxa? Yeah. And maybe we even draw something else. Okay, I was going to say, I really want to keep this Kroxa if I can. Oh, they have a turn 1 library? That's fine, because that means they're probably going to be taking time, and I'm okay with them taking time. So yeah, let's do this. Let's get rid of the Kroxa. Let's play this. And even if they kill the Inti, I'm just going to slam Gut and sack the Chrome. I mean, obviously I can't sack it if I don't have the Inti to attack with. But, I mean, on a future turn. Okay, I do like this. If they don't have a 1-drop piece of interaction... Okay, yes, this is fantastic. Oh, we even have a Bloodbraid Elf? Oh, but this... Oh, yeah, this can get... This can get our green land. Let's just do that now. Stomping Ground. This is just good deck building. Oh, do you have a Force of Will? You're gonna rain on my parade there, buddy? Oh, a Daze! Okay, I mean, we have Bloodbraid Elf still. Yeah, they set their land... Yeah, this is fine. I don't need triple red. I'd rather not take the damage. The Lightning Bolt would have been nice, but... Alright, let's see if they can stop a Bloodbraid Elf coming in. I will likely diversify my counters onto the Bloodbraid Elf. Could you imagine if we Bloodbraid into Broadside Bombardiers? Wouldn't that just be fantastic? Excuse me. Maybe they'll just play their tap land again and say go. Yeah, that Daze did get us, but it sets them back. That's a real cost. Okay. They might have interaction this time. They chose not to play a tap land, so that tells me they probably have interaction. Oh, please, if they have a discard spell, just Inquisition me. Oh, they were going to... Okay, I see. I see. We do have black for Borgoyf, so in case we get rid of this gut, or this Chrome Mox, I do want to play the Swamp. Luckily, they can't have days again. They could have... Actually, I don't know if Force Spike's on here or not. Ooh. No, this doesn't do much. If we... This just exiles. Yeah. That's really unfortunate. We're just going to play the creature side. I'd rather have the creature side now than the creature side later. And the only punish is if we hit exactly Mox Emerald, but I'd rather not hit, like, 2 action spells and then let's just be out of the game. Luckily, we are getting close to Oculus, so Oculus is getting close to being a good draw. But we're kind of running out of gas. Yep, Fatal Push, that's what I thought. I thought they would have interaction. At least we still get to Bloodbraid Elf them. Oh, do you have a Force of Will still, too? I mean, that takes them off Library. If they have Force, they are going to force the Bloodbraid. Yep. Okay, well, they are off Library, at least. And I would love to just draw a Broadside Bombardiers and make Skimbu. Our deck has so many hits here. Please, let's just draw one. Lelia would be fantastic. Okay. If they don't have another piece of removal, I could put a counter on the Questing Druid again next turn with the Ragavan. It looks like they may have something. No? Okay. That's good for us. Drawing Island, not good for us. I'm going to leave... They've already shown days. Yeah, let's leave the Island in hand. Even if they have a wheel effect, whatever. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a play next turn, but, I mean, with 4 mana, assuming they have a land drop, it's going to be hard not to have a play. Blue-black for Pentad Prism. Okay, that means they probably don't have a play this turn. Okay. Let's dash. Grow the Questing Druid again. That might be the best part. I mean, clearly getting to hit their library is good, but just growing our Questing Druid here is really nice. Okay, we're hitting for 5 now. Okay, yeah, we are connecting. Too bad Flame Slash can't go face. A reprieve. Okay, that's not going to do much. Let's just play the island now. I kind of wish they had the reprieve in hand, honestly. I would just dash the Ragavan a second time. But the good news is that we have a Flame Slash for a blocker, like if they play an Urza here. And the Ragavan, if we don't Flame Slash, will still make Questing Druid lethal. Honestly, maybe I just want them to play an Urza here. Maybe that would be good for us. Okay, Time Raveler is actually still good for us. We can't end of turn, but we can still hit with the Ragavan potentially, and we can always exile after as well. Okay, this is incredible. Sarcasm, of course. Let's see what we hit off the Ragavan first, I think. Unless they drew removal off of the Teferi, they're likely to still not have any. I'm not interested in killing the Teferi. We have things like Chain Lightning and Lightning Bolt and such to finish off our opponent. Is this the Verge? Yes, it is. Okay, what do we hit? Maybe it's a playable spell this time? Grim Monolith. Okay, let's just Seek the Beast. Ah. Do we just Fury? We can't do both, right? Grim into Fury. We have 1 mana left over. Yeah, if we Fury, we kill the Time Raveler, and that can, like, that would force them to cast a board sweeper on their turn instead of ours, so we have the Ragavan to still hit. This saves us a treasure, so let's just do it. If they have a counterspell, that's fine too. I suppose... No, let's just do this. I was going to say I could play Questing Druid and then Fury and get the counter and kill Teferi, but I'd rather have 2 threats than 0 threats. I get 3 threats instead of 1 or whatever. Whatever the math is. I'd rather have more threats than less. This, of course, will kill the Teferi if I'm able to land with it. And we still have Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Broadside Bombardiers, Gut if we can get an attack in.
This is hard.
Unfortunately, this Lelia going away is kind of sad. Ooh, that's not good. Sneak attack. We're at 15, so Emrakul doesn't kill us. They can put 2 things into play. World Spine Worm? Okay, that's an Emrakul. Do they have a second thing? If they do, hopefully it's just a ground. Oh, are we really going to lose like this? Wow, we're really going to lose like this. Can you believe it? Can you absolutely believe it? That is incredible. Sometimes you get vintaged. I mean, I think we played to our best outs. Wow. So a 2-3 performance after a 1-3. And that's coming off the back of 2-7 wins. Well, sometimes that happens, unfortunately. Well, let's take a look at this deck. I do think that this deck being 2-3 is a shame. 1, I don't think we ever saw our Emerald. But 2, we just had so much interaction and so many bombs at the 2s and 3 drops. I don't think we ever saw the Minkskin Boo. We did see the Bloodbraid once. But, I mean, we have Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Flame Slash, Galvanic, Ragavan, Unholy Heat, Corey Steelcutter, NT, Broadside, Lelia. I mean, we really, thanks to our brilliant mana base, we even had Oculus and Bloodbraid, Minkskin Boo. The Questing Druid almost got there. I mean, this deck was absolutely incredible, and unfortunately, the Kroxa into their Ulamog and the top deck Sneak Attack, or the Enlightened Tutor into Sneak Attack for 30 basically trample / evasive damage when they were at 2. Man, that's a tough loss there. Baragoyf, we had plenty of black. I mean, I don't think we lost because we couldn't cast spells. So I absolutely love this deck. I hate that we only got 5 matches with it. But, you know, whatever. On to the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you. Have a good night.